Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo 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 Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Welcome all of you. We are going to speak on a topic of faith today. So it's a very big topic. Generally, we have many sessions on faith for the college youths. This is one of the famous topics. Importance of faith and danger of doubting. And importance of doubting and danger of lying. You understand the difference in meaning? The first one emphasizes the importance of proper faith. The second one emphasizes the importance of avoiding blind following. In 4.34 purport, Prabhupada is saying, observed inquiry and blind following both are condemned. Prabhupada says. So, in today's session, it will become very clear for you as we proceed. Let's repeat this verse. Ashraddha dhana purusha
Ashraddhana Purusha
dharmasyasya parantapa aprapya mam nivartante samsara vartmani. Take mic, please read the translation, please.
Hare Krishna. Those who are not faithful in this devotional service cannot attain me. O conqueror of the enemies, therefore they return to the path of birth and death in this material world. Bhagavad Gita 9.3.
So look at this, it looks like doubting guy, no? Read this.
Ignorant and faithless persons who doubt the revealed scriptures do not attain God consciousness, they fall down. For the stay fixed in devotional service of the Lord. Thus, faith is the most important factor for progress in Krishna consciousness.
So, Srila Prabhupada in the first verse of the first canto, 1.1.1, while explaining it, Prabhupada gives very, very lucid examples to explain God, especially for the modern day mindset. He's saying, just as a scientist puts a Sputnik in orbit and controls it from a control room, similarly, we find in this world so many planets revolving. Somebody must have put them here and controlling it from somewhere. It's very logical deduction. Because nobody will say that the satellite somehow came on its own. You definitely agree that we have only put the satellite and we are controlling it. Similarly, how do you expect the other satellites to be rotating without any control? Doesn't make any sense. So, the same manner, Prabhupada says that in this world we can see a male and female created by God, by whose combination they multiply. Isn't it? Now, so many industries are producing the same product with so much effort. Millions of them they are producing. But they cannot produce two machines, one male and one female, which can go on replicating itself, multiplying itself. Have you ever seen a truck and a bus came to them produce a Maruti car? Or a desktop and laptop produced on farm car? You won't hear that. The purpose is this is God's miracle. You can see what kind of perpetuation mechanism he has set rolling, which man, even after so much of research in science and technology, is not able to find out how he can replicate this in his through his researches and everything. Another thing Prabhupada says, one man in Honolulu, he showed Prabhupada, Swamiji, look at this jumbo jet plane, such a large plane flying up in the sky over the ocean. Just see what an amazing thing man has created. Is man not great? Prabhupada says, what is so great about it? When petrol is over, it will come down. He said. But look at God, he has made this Saturn such a huge planet, and you don't have to feed them any petrol. They keep on going on and on. And look at the sun, it's giving unlimited light and heat for millions of years. None of first are supplying any regular fuel to the sun to keep it running. It's called Ashesha Teja. Is it not a miracle? Why don't you see that miracle? Why are you seeing this miracle? Not only that, Prabhupada said, look at God's miracle. God made big things also. He had made very tiny things also. If you see the tiny things created by God, like for example, Prabhupada said, look at a mosquito. You're only seeing a big plane, see the small plane. It just comes sleeping, it sings a song in your ears, like that, and then sits on your back, puts the needle. Duplicate.
Hare Krishna, I request everyone to please come. No space should be left in between you and the friend person because another 100 people will come in the next half an hour. Please.
Sound will sound will come.
Yes.
Ready? Huh? You can see this. See this video.
You can connect with Bluetooth.
Huh?
You can switch to that's coming.
Switch the speaker, yes.
Down.
Sure.
Down.
Epson?
Yes.
Website is that?
Like better. Like better.
Right here, so the maximum man can go. Huh? Now you show micro now. Till we saw macro now. That's all. You can't go below that. But you will be amazed if you go below that, you will still get more details. There are details at every level. So if you go to Google and just put cosmic eye, you will get it. This one. So you can see the creation and learn many things. Like, once a small kid was asking the mother, "Mom, look at the toy which is dancing so beautifully. Is it dancing on its own?" Mom said, "No, beta, there's a puppeteer who is moving the strings. You can't see his hands. Without that, the toy cannot move on its own. When we were small kids, my father would give key to the car, and leave it. Let it go. We would run behind the car and wonder how the car is going on its own. It's not going on its own. He was spring loaded it. So you will see that the machine cannot act on its own. Every machine requires someone behind it. Just like imagine if there is a drone camera flying here. Children may be running behind it and thinking that it's flying on its own. Because they're children after all. It's being controlled by someone. All machines. Like when I was a school kid, I saw one time a big Rakshasa hand was digging. Like it was digging and throwing the sand like this. Again, it was moving. So a few of our boys, we thought it's a very dangerous hand. Such a big hand. But behind the machine, we saw there was a small cabin. Inside is one fellow sitting and pressing a button. Without that person's presence, the big hand, gigantic hand, cannot move on its own. So you will see that one small interference by the living entity, how it can do miracles. Like in my company when I was working, I used to press this one button, command button, and the whole computer program with 4,000 lines, it will be printed in another room. There's a printing press, big make sound and then big print out it is. Just one button, that's all. If that one button is not pressed, the machine will remain there a million years with no work. You will see that. Because machine cannot function on its own. There has to be a living spirit who operates on that machine. So that's what makes the living spirit different from a dead machine. So matter, jada, and spirit is Chetan, and beyond this there is a Ishwar. So one has to see all the three to be considered a man of knowledge. One should know matter, spirit, and matter. Now somebody may say, okay, I see matter, I see spirit, but I don't see any controller over both. How do we see that? Oh, that is not a very difficult thing to understand. You will see that wherever there are living beings, there is always a leader. Take a school, there's a headmaster. Take a college, there's a principal. Take a company, there's a CEO. Take a state, there's a chief minister. Take a country, there is prime minister. Show me a place where a big group of people exist, but there is no leader. Show me a place. In the world, we have millions of living beings, millions of spirits. How can they not have a leader? We are all living entities. God is also a living entity, but He is a leader living entity. He is the leader. Similarly, you will see in this world, there are symbiotic mechanisms you can observe. For example, let us say there is a school where the children pay the money, fee to the school, and the teachers give them education. This is a symbiotic relationship. Because children need the teacher, teacher needs the children. If children don't pay the fee to the college, can the school pay fee to the teachers? And if the teachers don't give education, then children won't grow in their education. So they both are symbiotically dependent on each other, mutual dependence. But that mutual dependence is made possible by the leader above, who is the owner of the school. Owner of the school has spent money building the school, setting up the committee and everything, and then the symbiotic thing can happen. Wherever there is symbiosis, you will see there is somebody above. Go to a hotel, you go to the hotel to eat food, and the waiters are serving you food. So they depend on the money you pay for the food because they have to get salary. And you depend on the food they serve. So you are dependent on them, they are dependent on you. That's a symbiotic relationship. But then there's a hotel owner who started the hotel. He has brought about this symbiosis between the two. Anywhere you go, you will see this. You go to a company, you are employed in some IT company. So you are working in a company, company gives you salary, and you give some responsible service. But there is a owner of the company, some Bill Gates, somebody like that. You will see this. Otherwise, symbiosis, you will never find symbiosis happening without a controller at the top. You will find. Now, extrapolating the same in nature, plants are giving us oxygen, and we are giving them carbon dioxide. So this is a symbiosis. Is it not true? There has to be a controller. Otherwise, how can there be mutual dependence? We all are mutually dependent on each other, and we are absolutely dependent on God, who is the controller. Another example of symbiosis is you might have seen this. Birds sitting sometimes on a crocodile's mouth or a lion's mouth to help the Lion removed the pieces of flesh stuck in the teeth. So do you think the lion will eat the bird? Huh? You have seen that? The same type you see the bird sitting on the neck of a buffalo or a bull. You will see that. There also they do the same thing, like they take away the ticks, small insects in the neck, which is irritating to the animal. By removing that small insect, the animal is relieved of the pain. And the bird also gets something to eat. It's a very wonderful arrangement. That means the bird depends on the ticks in the neck of the animal, and the animal requires the bird to take it away so that he can be relieved of the itching. Because the cow and bull and buffalo, they cannot take it out on their own. They need help. So that's a symbiotic arrangement made. Similarly, lion or crocodile, they find it difficult to take out the in between things. So the bird goes and helps them. So in this way, there's a symbiotic relationship arranged. You will see that. So it's a very amazing phenomenon. So above all the symbiotic mechanism, there has to be a controller, somebody who has, because symbiosis is a system, and every system has a system maker. Show me one system in this world that doesn't have a system maker. Somebody has set the system and set it rolling. The system maker is what we call as God. Like you have a brain with which you set up small systems. God has a big brain with which he sets up big systems. And he can do that. Yeah. And like this, innumerable examples can be given in a similar manner. We can go on adding examples in the same manner. Like you will see in your body, make the observation of your own body. All the parts of the body are cooperating to put the food in the belly. You will see that. Legs are walking to the hotel. Eyes are looking at the food. Nose is smelling it. And hand is picking and putting in the mouth. And then the teeth are crushing. The tongue is tasting. Everybody is working together. But they are all sending it where? To the stomach. And then the stomach converts it into, adds the gastric juice and then processes it, made it to blood. Blood is sent to the heart, from where it is pumped all over the body. So you will see the plural subordinates are serving singular supreme in the body. And the singular supreme is nourishing all the plural subordinates. Same thing you can see in a country, like you see in a country, you can see all the citizens are paying tax to the government. And the government in turn, makes facilities and amenities for all the citizens. So the citizens pay to the PM, and the PM nourishes the people back. Like this, it comes back to the plural subordinates. In a company also, imagine, for example, all the company people work very hard. This year they made double profit. Then the company may give them incentive also. So they work hard and bring success to the company, and success is divided amongst the people by the company. In this way, you will see plural subordinates serve a singular one, and then the singular one nourishes the subordinates. This system is always there everywhere, whether it is a college or a company or anywhere. In the same manner, if millions of living entities are all plural subordinates, their happiness lies in serving that singular supreme. All of you repeat this verse. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bahunam yo vidadati kaman. The meaning is Nityo nityanam means God is eternal, we are all eternal. Chetanas chetananam, he is cognizant, we are all cognizant. And then he's saying eko bahunam, he is one and we are bahunam. We are many. Singular supreme and plural subordinates. And then he's saying, Yo vidadati kaman, the word he's using. He is the one who maintains us, he says. So this is another evidence for God's existence. Like for example, every creature is maintained in an amazing manner in this world. You will see all the 8.4 billion species of life. Their main sustenance comes from food. And the food is one thing which no man can create. It's not produced in factories. It's not, you can produce electronic chips, not potato chips. You cannot make this. That is God's creation. Annat bhavanti bhutani parjanya karma sambhava yajnat bhavati parjanyo yajna karma sambhava. So, in this world, when you look at the world around you, there are so many processes that are happening here to ultimately produce very nice food, tasty foods for you. You can see that, for example, the early morning you wake up, you see the sun shines, and then the cloud shower, the crops grow, uh, the grains fructify, the flowers blossom, the fruits ripen. You can see all these things are happening in the nature. And we are just witnessing it. We are watching, oh, this is happening, that's happening. Like recently I saw a video of growth of a plant, and they have taken a video. Of course, growth of plant happens very slowly, but they can put it in fast mode also, right? Like that. So scientists are trying to observe how this growth is taking place. Because what is existing in this world, that doesn't grow. You will see the dead matter never grows. Wherever there's a living spirit, then only the growth happens. Dead matter can never reproduce, but living spirits can reproduce. You can see that. And therefore, they are trying to study and understand, but they are not able to produce any object which is possible to produce like a spirit. So you can't create rice and wheat and all those things in the laboratory or in the in your industries. You cannot create until you have to get it from the nature. That's why he's saying, yo vidadati kama. Millions and millions of years have passed away in this world, and it is God who is maintaining every living being, even now. We don't say God maintained once upon a time. We are saying right now also. All of us are maintained by Him. We should remember that. So, when you take a paper and put some iron filings in the top, when you rotate it like this with the magnet, then all the iron filings move. They move like a ghost. You have seen that? They move. But how are they moving? A child cannot understand how these are moving. So there's a magnet behind. Similarly, in this world, when you look at this world, it's a world which is appearing inactive or active. What do you think? Huh? How many of you feel this world appears very lively and active? Okay. How many of you feel this world is dead and inactive? Anybody feels like that? Huh? That is why even the earth is not called a dead matter. They call it as organism. Huh? Organism means that which develops, that which there are changes happening. In your body, changes are happening right now. Therefore, you are an organism. Huh? So in this world, a lot of changes are happening. So morning, the sun is rising and setting in the western sky. Moon is rising and setting. The stars are twinkling. The clouds are produced. Wind is blowing the clouds. Rain showers happen. Isn't it? Crops are growing. Flowers and fruits are popping out. You see, it's a very, very lively, active world. Just like this, all the iron bearings are moving very lively, but they cannot be lively unless there is a magnet, which is moving them. Similarly, there is some very great intelligence who has put these systems in place and moving all these things in a very magical manner. You can see that. So, but even after hearing all the evidence of Vedic literature and great personalities, there are some people who still have no faith in God purposes. They're hesitant and they cannot stay fixed in devotional service. Therefore, the faith is the most important factor for progress and Krishna consciousness. Please read that. What is called real faith?
What is called real faith? In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that faith is a complete conviction that simply by serving the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, one can achieve all perfection. That is called real faith.
Shraddha Sab Devi Shazako He Sudrida Nishchay Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Krita Hai. That's a verse Prabhupada is translating here. Which means, first of all, a human being has a firm faith that there is a Supreme Lord who is Ishwar, who has put this world here, and all of us living entities are sent by him here. Prabhupada says, when you fly in a plane, and the plane is about to land, you can see from the top, like Prabhupada says, America, it was empty land a few hundred years ago. And then Europeans entered that. Now they have developed their country with sky-rise towers and broad roads and trees and transportation systems and communication systems, industries and so many things like that. Correct, no? So the living entities who are spirits, they can manipulate matter like this, and they can develop the place in America. They have developed. But the living beings have come with a purpose here. Correct, no? Is there anyone sitting here? You go to any place without a purpose? Anybody here? If you go without a purpose, people will wonder why have you come. Even if you go to anybody's house, relative's house, they may not immediately ask you, but they will give you some juice or something, and then they will ask you, आपका program क्या है? कितने दिन का program है? और program क्या है? Two things they will ask you. Correct, no? So you may say, I have a 3-day plan in your house. 3 day आप क्या करना है? What do you want to do? If you say no, I just like the king. No, you will go with some purpose. Anywhere you go. So the living beings have come in this world. So what is their purpose? So you will see a rat occupies someone's house and makes a hole and then lives there and he brings his friends and says, this is my house. You seen that rat does it? No? Isn't it? He is already occupying somebody else's house and he made a hole also there, spoiled the house and saying it's my house. So in the same manner you will see the living entities who have come to this world, they take a land and they mark it and say this land is mine. Like there was one fellow in Belgaum, so he heard a lecture that, nothing belongs to us in this world. He said, how can you say that in your lecture? This house, you see my paper is there, my name is there, my house. He was arguing like that. Guess what happened? Next week, the government announced that we are going to make a ring road which is going through his house. They said, we are going to request you to demolish the house. We are going to make the ring road, but we'll give you a place in another faraway place in the forest somewhere there. That day, this fellow realized, I am not the owner of that. Government is the owner. What can you do? Now, can you say government is the owner? Because government also changes. Like you will see Indian government, 700 years the Mughals were ruling. After the 200 years, British were ruling. That means the ownership keeps changing. You're right. So ownership keeps changing from one hand to another hand. But ultimately, you will see, before we all came here, these lands have been existing. After we leave, it will continue to exist. How can we say we are the owner? Think about it. Yeah, just like, say you bring Balaji Laddu and keep it on a table, you go for a bath, when you come back, you find all the ants, black ants are climbing on the top. Then you go take it and keep it under the hot sun, they all run away. So are they owner? No. You are the owner. They came and occupied it for some time, and then the hot sun, they couldn't take it, they ran away. They are a temporary owner, correct, no? For a short period of time. Our situation is very similar to the ants only. They come in as well, occupy something, hold for some time, and then leave it and go. That's all. They are temporary proprietor. So, therefore, this is the first thing you will see. The living beings have come here to occupy the land and claim proprietorship. But after occupying and claiming proprietorship, the next thing they want to do is, you will see when any country invades another country, what is the first thing they do? They occupy the place. Then, second thing they will do is to loot the money and all the opulences of the country. And that also is possessing the land, possessing the money, correct, no? And opulences. The third thing they will do is to they would like to dominate the living beings, make them slaves. We will be boss and you are the few servers. So the two tendencies are there in living beings, possessiveness and domination. And both of which we don't like. If somebody becomes very possessive, it creates problem. Imagine if mother-in-law is possessive of her son, and then there is a fight the wife will have with the husband. If wife becomes possessive of the husband, then the mother-in-law will have a fight. And that is why often husbands become like brother between two. It's actually a problem of possessiveness. Mother says, "Beta, all these years you are my son. After marriage also, make sure you will be my son. You remain in my pocket," mother says. And the wife says, "See, all these years you are with your mother. Now that you are married to me, you are my husband. So you should always take my side." So she want to get in her pocket. And if there is a tussle between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, now the wife will tell the husband, "Chalo, we are going to London now." They fly after that. Take away the husband. Now she will say, "Now you are definitely mine now. You can't be with your mother anymore." So this is possessiveness. So I saw a picture of a man being pulled by wife on one side and mother on one side. Poor fellow. He didn't know how to manage both of them. Actually, he should tell both of them, "I'm yours only." Like the scriptures say that. You should tell mother, "I'm whose?" Yours. You tell wife, "I am yours." Both will be happy. But how to do that is not very easy. Okay, one example I tell you. See, if you already heard this question, don't answer this. Vasudev was giving, saris and jewelry to his sisters. Very costly saris and jewelry to his sisters, and all the wives are standing next to him smiling, and they have no problem at all. Like the purpose is, how is it that the wives are standing next to him, not having problem, and they are smiling, and he is giving to his sisters? Because any wife will ask a man, hey, you love your sister so much, you love your mother so much, and how can you neglect me? That's one question any woman will ask. But why they did not become angry with the husband? He gave them more than what he was giving them. Therefore, they were smiling. They said, okay, no problem. Your quota for us is already done. No problem. Therefore, husband has to be very intelligent. Huh? Your possessiveness, you become chutney between the two. Yeah. So in this world, possessiveness is a very big problem. Huh? Possessiveness of land, possessiveness of money, and most problematic means possessiveness of the people. Huh? People will become very possessive of. Sometimes you see your father and mother both love the child, and they both have a very strict way of bringing up the child. One is very strict, one wants to be lenient. Like sometimes you see mother is very strict and father is very lenient. And therefore that's a big fight. She will say that you make me a bad guy. You always are too lenient, isn't it? So then the child will want to, whom to follow, isn't it? He always likes lenience, right? No? Children like lenience. So these are challenges in a family. You will see that because of possessiveness. So living beings have come with the mentality of possessiveness. Actually, if you possess Krishna, you are considered the wealthiest person, according to Bhagavatam. Namo vakinchana vittaya nivritta guna vrittaye atma ramaya shantaya kaivalyapatiye namaha. That verse says, the only wealth of the pure devotees is Lord Himself. But when we don't possess Him, in this world we commonly try to possess many other things. We try to possess money, we try to possess some people in this world. We possess land. We hold on to things and we fight with other living beings. After possessing, we also want to control. Everybody wants to control. Everybody wants to say that I am big, others are under me. Everybody is under me. There is a tendency for that. I remember one time one university topper became a devotee. So he came to meet me. So one boy told, Prabhu, it is my humble self. I gave one-time program and this boy became devotee. It's how Krishna used me for this program, like he was telling. Then another boy came to me just 2-3 minutes later and said, Prabhu, you met this university topper. It's my humble self who gave device to him, Prabhu. So he became a devotee. The boy was so touched by my presentation. He became a devotee. Then another devotee came and said, Prabhu, when I did that Shankar camp, you remember 2-day program we did? This boy came and sat and he was flabbergasted. He said, what a lecture, what a PPT and everything. He became a devotee. Like that, each almost 5-6 of them came. And I called all of them together. And I asked the boy, hey, all these people are connected to you now. Therefore, it is said success has many fathers and failure is orphan. So I asked the boy, everybody is so much appreciating you. What inspired you to become a serious devotee? Prabhu, it's all Prabhupada books I read. All they felt that the nose is cut. Because everybody was possessive. It's my boy. I brought him. All that ahankar I got. So, in this way, the living beings in this world have come for proprietorship, controllership, and enjoyership. So, what is that controllership? Like, people in their own circles talk. A man tells his colleagues, my wife, children, they have to listen to me. I am the boss at home. And he speaks. When wife tells her friends, my husband gives his salary back to me as soon as he brings it. And I am the finance minister at home. So who is in control? One who has money in the pocket, they are in control. And that she says. And children, they say, Child says, when I scream, mother, father, grandmother, grandfather all come running to me. So I am in control. So everybody wants to control others. And everybody wants to show others that, take care, otherwise I know how powerful I am. And that is why in home, although the board may be there, home sweet home. Many people buy and put the board, at least they put the board. Where people keep the home sweet because people try to control one another, each other. And that creates both the people do like that. I told you this. So, and because of that, it becomes a very miserable situation, correct? No? Yeah, I am giving you, please don't misunderstand me for giving these examples, because you can easily understand this. So I can talk about Alexander, Hitler, and so many things. You will say, wonderful, wonderful. But this you will understand very easily, because you can see the world around you, with what I am saying. So we have a possessive tendency, we have a, secondly, controlling others' tendency. That means controlling means everybody wants to be boss on the boss. No? Nobody wants to be? Everybody knows that. Everybody wants to be boss on the boss. So boss on the boss is very irritating consciousness. The person who tries to boss also is irritated. The person who is being bossed over, he will escape always. See, you are angry that he is escaping, but that escaping person is unhappy that you are bossing over there. Nobody likes to be dominated. As soon as you see somebody tries to dominate you, you say, get lost. Therefore, there are quarrels. Even a child, sometimes you catch a child and try to become also. Child will say, sometimes children also become adamant. You will say, they will say, nobody likes to be bossed over. Actually, we all are looking for genuine friends who are humble, tolerant, patient. Those who are concerned about your welfare. Everybody is looking for such a good friend. And also one who is unassuming, one who is non-boastful. So we are looking for such a good friend. And not only proprietorship and controllership, also enjoyership. Enjoyership means what? I am the center and everything should revolve around me and everyone should be at my beck and call. This is another very, very bad consciousness. For example, the elderly lady, as I told you, mother-in-law, for example, she wants to be the queen of the house. She has been the queen. Now she wants to continue to be the queen. But as soon as daughter-in-law comes, daughter-in-law is educated girl, many times she might think, because I have newly come to this home, I am the queen. Can two queens survive? That's where the challenge comes. As soon as two people are fighting for, it's like a music chair game, who will be at the center? Similarly, if you are a team lead, you have a dozen people with you, working with you. Say one of them is a very smart guy. He sometimes brushes with your shoulder and gives ideas that the team members appreciate and you feel a little uneasy. Sometimes. It can happen or not happen. What do you think? It can very much happen. So, actually, those leaders who are very mature, they have the humility to not let their ego come in the way of admitting their mistakes and learning from one of the subordinates. It requires a very big heart. So some leaders feel that, hey, this fellow is giving an idea which others are appreciating. I think better to move into another team. If he is in my team, my position is insecure. Some people feel like that. So many people have lost some best of talents from their team because of this. On the other hand, you can be a smart leader who can actually purchase ideas from others and then you can grow it up and you can bring success to your team also. But because the team leader wants to be at the center, I know when I became president at Pune Temple way back in 1995, I came, 97 as mentor president. So I met my spiritual master and took many instructions. One of the things my Guru Maharaj told me was, actually you should empower the devotees. You don't have to keep all the control yourself. So you see in some places you go, the fellow will have 20 keys bunch with him, big bunch. If you want books, he will only go and open them. If you want Mahaprasad, he will only open. Every time he has to go with you. And then he has to open. Because all keys are one big gucha. So he will keep it like this. And there are 10 or 20 other guys working in temple. They won't be given any empowerment. Because all control is in one place. Correct, no? So, is that a very good idea? No, actually a lot of energy, time will be wasted by this fellow. And therefore they will not be able to scale up the activities. Because he want to be at the center. Correct? No? Actually empowering means understanding the talent of multiple people. Like Krishna is a servant of Arjuna to become a leader. He is giving on, going on giving ideas to Arjuna. Arjuna keeps on proving himself as a very wonderful leader. You see. So the great leaders are those who make multiple leaders and set them rolling in action. When they do great action, they clap hands. That is a true leader, actually. So, and for that, the true leader will not put oneself in the center. You will see that the person whom you are training, you put them in the center. And you actually revolve around them and make them powerful leaders, polish them by multiple talents and equip them. Krishna was equipping Arjuna with celestial talents. He was equipping Arjuna with Pashupatastra and all those things. And he was also personally giving inputs to Arjuna how to fight, whom to fight, and everything. Krishna can take Chakra and finish the whole battle, and Mahabharata will be only one page only. Lord Krishna finished the whole war in one day. But you can see that. So Krishna is really at the center, but he is putting his devotees at the center. This is the meaning of real humility. You can see that. And he's giving credit also. He's telling Arjuna, you take the credit for fighting this war. And you also take the kingdom. So kingdom is a gross benefit and credit is the subtle benefit. Both Krishna gave it to whom? Arjuna. Take all the credit, Arjuna. You keep it. I don't want anything. I just want to make you a success. So it's a very, very humble consciousness. Although Krishna is actually the Supreme Lord. So in this world, everybody wants to be the pivot, and they want everyone to get their beck and call, and also all things revolve around them. So that kind of thing, is a very pain-producing consciousness for everybody. Imagine you take compass and draw multiple circles with varying centers; they are going to clash definitely. If you have only common one center, you can draw concentric circles of increasing radius. Then they will never clash. Somebody put the God in the center, like if you see Ram Rajya, Lord Rama is the center. Sita wants to serve him, Lakshmana wants to serve him, Bharat wants to serve him, Shatrugna wants to serve him, Hanuman wants to serve him. It's a very beautiful consciousness. But Ravana says, no, why should I serve him? I will enjoy Sita. Then it's a problem. You see that. So these are the three mentalities which are polluting mentalities with which the Jiva has come in this world. Jiva is pure, but it's covered by a mind which carries these impurities. What are they? Proprietorship? Controllership? Yeah. So these three impurities have to be rectified. So, yeah. This is the example I told you. Tatadhara Moola Nishechanena. Earlier I told you. If all the living beings serve the Supreme Lord, it's like watering the root of the tree, the whole tree gets nourished. Similarly, if we give up these three mentalities, and we accept, I am not the center, Krishna is the, Ishvara is the center. I am not the controller. He is the supreme. Actually, it's not that you are not controller. You are also controller, but you are a small controller. Right? No? See, a man can marry and have a couple of children. He can say, I am the king of the house, my wife is the queen, and two children are a praja, and our compound wall is the limit. Correct? No? He can be a king or not, what do you say? That's also a little doubtful. No?
Exactly.
So, anyway, either he is king or his wife is queen. The idea is we have a limit to our control, jurisdiction of control. Similarly, a chief minister has control in how much place? Only in his state. The prime minister has control only in? Yeah. And he doesn't have any control in other countries. Correct, no? But when you talk about God, his control extends for millions of universes. He is the supreme controller. He is the supreme proprietor, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, supreme enjoyer. So it is not a very difficult concept. Easily you can understand. Because you can begin at a smaller level and then you can appreciate it. And as soon as you know that he is a supreme controller, supreme proprietor, supreme enjoyer, then you can't accept anything without asking him. Say you have a bike, can I take your bike? Anybody? Can we just take somebody's bike? Imagine if somebody comes to your house and takes your bike and goes away, what do you call him? Thief, isn't it? So you have to take permission. So whenever you touch someone's bike, two things you will ask him. Can I take your bike? And if you allow me, how long can I take it? Correct, no? Not that you take it and go and keep it with you always till he asks you. Isn't it? So you are accountable for the bike. Imagine you took the bike and brought it back, it is punctured. Silently you keep it and go away. You don't tell him. Say, I have not been able to return that bike as per its original condition. So tell me what charges I have to pay. In the same manner, if you see in this world, we are taking everything from God, but man doesn't even ask whom it belongs to. So he is the God is the proprietor. Ishvara is the proprietor. He is the proprietor, he is the controller, he is the enjoyer. So therefore, like in this fellow is watering the root of the tree, God is the root of everything because it's the source of all creation. So if you know about him and worship him and act according to his will, then you will nourish the whole world. Then the whole world can be happy. I read it. What is called real faith?
What is called real faith? Therefore, after reading Bhagavad Gita, one should promptly come to the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. One should give up all other engagements and adopt the service of the Supreme Lord, Krishna, the personality of Godhead. If one is convinced of this philosophy of life, that is faith.
Yeah. That means, see, if you have a car, you can take out time to put petrol in the car, water in the radiator, air in the tire, and washing the car, cleaning the car, all that you can do. But the actual purpose of having car is not these activities. Actual purpose of the car is to, go to the client and recover the money or whatever the company's work. Correct? No? There is a goal to be attained when you have a car. Similarly, your body is a car. In the body, you have to put food. Of course, you take a bath, you brush your teeth, and all that you do daily. You dress your body. But the decorating and dressing the body is not the ultimate goal of the body. The body is like a car, and you are the driver of the car. So you have a goal to be attained, which is actually purifying these three tendencies of proprietorship, controllership, and leadership, and going back to God. That is the goal. So one who clearly knows the goal, they are the really intelligent people. Otherwise, nowadays, how many hairstyles people have? People who are beautifying their body. How many lipsticks and how many type of nail polishes and how many shoes, and people are shoe conscious, belt conscious, jeans conscious, t-shirt conscious, except Krishna conscious. All they conscious of everything about the body except Krishna conscious. So there are three classes of people proposes. We don't have to read it. In essence, what he says, the third class people come with various motives and they come to ISKCON also. But once their motives are fulfilled, they'll go away, he says. And second class people are those who says that they are not advanced in understanding devotional scriptures, but they automatically have faith that Krishna Bhakti or service to Krishna is the best course after seeing the devotees. When people will come across devotees, they see that these people are really sincere, they are genuine, and they hear the knowledge. They may not have deep knowledge, but they develop faith. And the third class people, they don't have knowledge also, they don't have faith also. See, third class has neither knowledge nor faith. Second class does not have great knowledge, but have faith. They have seen devotees, they have seen the practices, they have developed faith in the process of bhakti. And the first class devotees are those who have both faith and knowledge. And they are convinced they can establish the Siddhanta thoroughly. Third class person in Krishna may fall down, but when one is in second class, he does not fall down. For the first class person in Krishna consciousness, there is no chance of falling down for a person. Yeah. So the third class person, these things we have said. This is another verse. Please repeat this verse. Ajnashcha shraddhanascha samshayatma vinashyati ayam lokostina paro samshayatmanah. Three types of people are said. Ajna, Ashraddhana, and Samshayatma. Ajna means people who are ignorant like animals. They just have no knowledge about God or goal of life or meaning or anything. They just eat, sleep, mate, and defend like animals. They're called as Dipala Pashu. It means two-legged animal they're called. Because they don't have anything to do with the human intelligence. Ajna. And Ashraddhana means these people have studied scriptures. They even quote from the scriptures. They may do that. Here if you see, ignorant people, they have no knowledge of scripture. And the second category of people, in spite of having knowledge of scriptures, has no faith, but he has a quarrelsome nature, argumentative nature. Srimad Ramanujacharya says, The faithless are one who has no faith in developing the knowledge taught to him, who does not strive to progress quickly. This means, according to Ramanuja, second category, Ashraddha Dana means a person has taken Diksha, but after Diksha he doesn't make attempt to increase his knowledge about God. He's just stuck. He's just doing the basic. He's not growing. Like that. And Prabhupada is saying, some people, even though they have knowledge, they can cite passage from the revealed scriptures. They actually have no faith in these words. They may have faith in Bhagavad Gita, but do not believe in the worship of Supreme Personality of Godhead, he says. So, in this way, there are people who may even know the shlokas and other things, like Dr. Radheshyam Prabhupada quotes in one place. He said about Manmanabha Matvattva. He says, it's not that you have to surrender to Krishna. You can surrender to the unborn within Krishna, some impersonal thing like that he spoke, which goes to show there's a lack of faith there. He says. So, therefore, Prabhupada says in solution, you can see below. One should therefore follow the principles of revealed scriptures with faith, and thereby be raised to the platform of knowledge, and follow in the footsteps of great acharyas, he says. So you all know the story of the Brahmin and cobbler. See, this Brahmin was a very great, performer of yajna. He had thousands of disciples. When he met Narada, he told Narada that I have so many followers and I have done so many yajnas. When you are going to Vaikuntha, ask Narayana, when will I reach? Mostly in this lifetime I should be reaching. Anyway, you are anyway going, just second come. I know it already, he was telling. Then the cobbler sitting under a tree and doing mending of the shoes. When he saw Narada, he bowed down to him and folded his arms. And he said, oh great sage, great like you are merciful to visit people like me who are insignificant members of society. But it's so kind of you to visit my place. And then he also asked Narada, I am born in this simple family, I don't have any knowledge about God or anything. So he asked, please ask Lord Narayana, how many lifetimes it will take for me to reach him. So Narada said, both of them I will find out and tell you. So Narada went to Vaikuntha. And Lord Narayana was smiling. He said, Narada, tell the Brahman that he will take millions of lives to come to me. And the cobbler will come back to me in this very life. And then Lord said, when you meet them, you tell them, if they ask you what I was doing, tell them that I was putting the elephant into the eye hole of a needle. You tell them, like that he said. So when he went to Brahman asked, so did you check with Narayana? Narada said, I am very sorry to say. He says it will take you 1,000,000 lives. Narayana said, what are you talking? Tell me what was Narayana doing? So Narada told about the elephant with the eye hole of needle. Brahmana loudly laughed and said, no, ridiculous. Can anybody put an elephant in the eye hole of a needle? You never visited Vaikuntha, you are just making a bluff. Narada understood this man is faithless. Then he went to cobbler. And when he told the cobbler about what Lord Narayana was doing, the cobbler started dancing. He said, how wonderful is my Lord? What all amazing things he does, he said. Narada asked him, do you really believe anybody can put the elephant in the eye hole of a needle? The cobbler said, why not? Look at this vast banyan tree showering hundreds of seeds every day. Within each of these seeds, God has put one banyan tree. If he can do that, then why do you think he cannot put the elephant into the eye hole of a needle? Like that the cobbler asked. And Narada was standing with a firm faith. So about the Lord it said, Kartum Akartum Sarvata Kartum. God can do what you and I can do. God can do what you and I cannot do. And God can do something which you cannot even imagine. He can do. So, in this way, that is the faith of this Brahman. So now, these six blind men and one wise man story, all of them are touching different parts of the elephant. Each of them, were they right or wrong? What do you think? They were right because they were actually capturing one part of the truth. Somebody said the ears are like this thing, what do you call the soup? They call it in Hindi. What they call it in English?
Fan.
No. It's like a fan, I guess. Okay. Fan is like a hand fan. This fellow thought that touched the sharp end and he thought it is like an arrow. This fellow saw this and thought it's like a snake. That fellow thought it's like a tree trunk. This fellow thought it's like a wall. And he touched the tail and thought it's a rope. Like that. Everybody was commenting. And then all of them were blind. So there was one wise devotee passing by. The devotee told all of them, don't make guesswork, just sit down, I'll tell you. So he explained how the elephant looks like. They all heard it. By hearing, they could get an overall idea about how the elephant looks like. He said elephant has 4 legs, it has a big body, and it has a trunk, and there's a tusk and everything. So, therefore, don't believe in what you see, but believe in what you hear. Shastra says that. Therefore, Shastras are using the Sanskrit term called darshan. Darshan has a double meaning. Darshan means to see, darshan means philosophy, hearing the philosophy. First darshan is you have to hear the philosophy, and then you should see with those eyes. Now let me ask you a question. So one day it's a hot sunny day, like summer is coming now. You are very, very thirsty. So you go to your college. In the lab, you find there's a glass of lemon juice kind of thing is there. So you enter the lab, it's a chemistry lab. So next to that glass, there are 2 pieces of cut lemon pieces squeezed out already. So immediately your mind can understand that this is a squeezed lemon means they must have squeezed it into the glass and they added some water and maybe some sugar they have put. It must be lemon juice. I want to drink it now. You are desperate. So how many of you will not drink that glass? Almost 3/4 of you. How many of you will quickly drink? You are very thirsty now. How many will drink immediately? There's only one hand up there, only one. Probably others, you heard the example before, you heard it? You didn't hear it. Huh? So this will ask the laboratory man, hey, can I take this glass of lemon juice? He said. Man said, sir, what are you talking? This is acid. He said, if you pour the acid in your tongue, it will make a hole. The man said, immediately the fellow understood, my God, I was saved. So, should he believe his eyes or should he believe his ears?
Yes.
Actually, Shastras are called as Shuddha Ikshita. First hear and then see. Don't believe in your eyes, says. So, the Pratyaksha Praman means, you see a stick to be broken, pencil to be broken. It's not broken, it is due to law of reflection, isn't it? Similarly, you find these are the 4 defects in our human body: imperfect senses, illusion, tendency to cheating propensity. See, our eyes have a very small range in which we can see. 400 millimicron to 700 millimicron. All other things which are existing in the world cannot be seen by our eyes. Even if you photograph stars and celestial objects and all, you have to take it through your eyes only. So that's the problem. Look at this. How many cylinders do you all see here? 3 cylinders. How many of you can see them rotating about a vertical axis? You can see them rotating. Keep on looking at it. Don't blink your eyes. Keep on looking at it. How many of you are seeing a movement happening? Yeah. Actually, there is no movement happening. It is due to the defect in the eyesight. Makes us believe that there is a movement. See, who is the tallest out of the 3 fellows? All are same height. You won't believe, correct now? They are all same height only. See, go towards the center and go away from the center like this. Go like this. Do you like the other? Try this. Go towards the center, go away from the center. So you can see both circles moving like this, one inside other. You can see that?
Yes.
Good example, look at the center and move towards it, away from it. You will see it. How many of you saw the movement? Yeah. Although it is not moving, your eyes are thinking it's moving. It's an illusion of the eyes. Okay, here you see all are rotating.
Yes.
How can a still paper keep rotating? It's just illusion of the eyes. Therefore, there are many things you see with your eyes, but you don't believe. They are not true. You know that they are not true. Like a railway line appears to be converging. Is it converging? It's due to perspective. It's not so. Similarly, you find that the convex mirror, concave mirror, the face looks big or small right now. You know it's not your face. Your face is not like that. So there are things which you see which you don't believe. There are things which you don't see, but you can easily believe. What are the things which you don't see, you believe, like X-rays? You can only see it on a photographic plate. But you can't see the X-rays. But you have found but based on what you see on a photographic plate, if you are believing in the X-ray, that is called inferential logic. What logic? Like, can any electronics engineer catch one electron and give you in the hand? Can he do that? Nobody can catch electron. But how do you know electron exists? Only on a CRT, you can see a reflection of an electron. That's all you can see. That's for inferential logic. You don't see the electron at all. You only see the reflection. Similarly, in the body, soul is present. How do you know? Now my hands are moving, I'm speaking, I'm feeling, thinking, willing. We can reproduce, we can grow. So this is also inferential logic. Presence of the soul is also inferential logic. Okay, now see, we can see that modern man is turning from junk food to organic fiber, telling you. Why? Because in the previous decade, the last couple of decades, man came up with finer and finer junk foods, correct? No? Because it was very tasty. No? So he went by taste, but now he understood, although it is tasty, it is not good for. See, that means all the projection, most of the things that are done on sense perception are trouble producing. But this kind of organic food is prescribed in Ayurveda thousands of years ago. You will see that. What is good for our health. I read that too. God conscious servants.
God conscious servant leaders like Yudhishthira, Arjuna, and followers of such role models act with freedom from false ego in alignment with wisdom literature due to seeing their subordinates as respectable children of God. Modi in an interview. In the eyes of the world, being Prime Minister and Chief Minister may be very big thing, but in my own eyes, these are ways to do something for the people. Mentally, I keep myself detached from this world of power, glitz, and glamour. And due to that, I'm able to think like a common citizen and walk on my path of duty just like I would if I were given any other responsibility.
Nice, na? Isn't it? Actually, when you take the Vedic view, any leader is supposed to live like this, in this consciousness. So, of course, there are many saintly people who are giving you advice, due to which he is getting a right script from the wise people and able to speak like this. So, read that.
Godless modern man fed up with the fast-paced life of stress and mental illness.
God-centered families flourish in happiness.
Godless families are breaking apart due to selfishly driven goals for money and self-gratification.
See, both have their own goals. See that? And look at the poor child in the middle.
Nobody's goal.
Yeah. See the difference between this. How is this and how is this? Correct. And look at this and look at this. See this principle-centered life and look at this. Yeah. You can make the one direct comparison you can make. Yeah. Really?
Youth suicides have increased due to lack of spiritual training. Those who are spiritually trained to pray to Lord get the inner strength like Pandavas to face all challenges without
Yeah. You see, IIT Madras is number one. And then we have one more IIT, I don't know, it's the second one. Third one is IIT Hyderabad in suicides. The last 3 years or so, more than 15-20 suicides have happened in Chennai. Yeah. So, and the reason for this is because they are not taught any values, habits or character or spirituality, no training. So, and this is what I have written here, you see. This is from IIT Hyderabad, the boy who committed suicide. It was in 2019, 3 fellows committed in IIT Hyderabad. So, yeah, we have microscope to see microscopic level objects. We have telescopes to see. We have 3D goggles to see. We have, the 3D movies, you see the 3D goggles. We have photographic lens to see. And you need eyes of love to see. Now you understand what eyes you have to get. प्रेमाञ्जनच्युरित भक्तिविलोचनेन सन्तः सदैव हृदयेषु विलोकयन्ति यं श्यामसुन्दरमचिन्त्य गुणस्वरूपं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. That's the eyes of love. Like Madhavendra Puri is seeing Krishna with eyes of love. Mirabai is seeing with eyes of love. Bellamangala is seeing with eyes of love. So they see Lord at every moment. Lord, what we talked about, Lord, is at a very preliminary level we spoke today. But one more lecture I will speak another time when I come in future. Why did Lord Krishna create the material world? See, this is the spiritual world. From where Lord expanded the material world, like this Brahma Jyoti, Karana ocean, where He expands us, like you see this Mahavishnu, creates millions of universes. And inside each universe, who is this Vishnu called as? Shavudarsha Vishnu. At the bottom of the universe, Lord expands the water and then He is producing Brahma from His navel, and then Brahma is the secondary creator. Then, this is the Brahma, and then He expands His super soul in all the hearts of all living beings and in every atom. So the last part I'm going to speak now. I said I'll finish by 7, I told the Villain to continue after that. Huh? See, goal of life is to purify our heart and go back to. See this, 2 pictures. What Ravana is doing, what Hanuman is doing. Huh?
Youth awards.
Isn't it? See? Ravana has Bhogavritti. Hanuman has? So this is the goal of this universe. Huh? God has sent us here so that we give up our Bhogavritti and adopt Sevavritti like Hanuman. See, self-awareness helps you to derive happiness from within, making you resilient to the winds of nature. This is a very nice picture. If you see this, see here, improved mental and physical well-being, improved concentration and focus in daily life, reduced irritation, anger, and frustration, a positive outlook on life and better relationships, greater inner peace and happiness, less stress, work, and anxiety, increased confidence and self-esteem. So many you get by meditation. You can see that. So when you do self-awareness, you understand I am not the body, I am the spirit soul. So you can be really calm. You won't get carried away by the current of the wave of the outside world around you. Similarly, those who are self-aware, they will see the subordinates as friends, as a steward of resources. You protect your dependents. See, this is a very good team, very healthy and happy team. There is no dominating mentality. Like here, Krishna Arjuna, I told you. Arjuna actually could draw empowerment from Krishna by the proper attitude. So this is what I told you. So I want 2 devotees to read. One of you read the red one in a very strong voice. We need a very strong voice, okay? And another one can read the yellow one in a soft voice, okay? Yes? Who has the mic with you? Yeah.
Strong voice.
I am the proprietor.
Oh, that's the most strong. I am the proprietor.
Everything belongs to Krishna. I am only custodian of God's property.
Alright. Second one?
I am the boss and controller.
I am das and servant of God and devotees.
I am the enjoyer.
My perfection is to be engaged in Lord's service.
Correct, no? So this change of heart has to happen. I'll show you one more that will be even more easy for you to appreciate. Even more easy than this. Okay, 2 Prabhujis can take. Any 2 Prabhujis? One with the thick voice, one with the thin voice.
Nice, Prabhu. Big voice.
Thick voice, okay. So first, soft voice should they do soft voice. Your soft voice. So who will have a strong voice? Who can?
No, he is soft.
Okay. Read this. Lord. See here the team leader's consciousness. Okay, quick. And go ahead, go ahead.
God works through many by giving them creative thoughts.
You have to say that.
My opinion is best.
That means the leader can think that any of my team members can come up with a good idea. Instead of that, he thinks my opinion is best.
I am open to good suggestions from my team. I consider I am one of them.
That's a good consciousness.
I'm easily irritated. I am the boss. Just do what I say.
And then,
I am grateful and appreciative of others.
Mike,
I am grateful and appreciative of others' ideas. It makes my life easy and brings direction for team.
correct, no? Actually, if somebody gives the idea, this leader considers it's welcome, correct, no? You are making my life easy, you think.
I consider others giving opinion as insubordination and I badmouth about them.
Cannot take any ideas. Okay. I read this, huh?
I am not an all-knowing God. Let me hear from my friends too.
I know it all. Don't tell me.
I am one of the members of this team and I will work together to bring success in attaining team goals.
Although he's the leader of the team, what he thinks, I am also one of the members of the team, as they feel.
I just can't do team play.
I will tolerate my ego even if my original idea is rejected and is substituted by another better idea of my team member.
I quit the team.
That's the height now. So how many of you can understand the yellow one is the soul, huh? And the red one is the mind that is covering on the soul, which has this impurity. How many of you can see this impurity? Can see it? Yeah, that's why I gave a very practical team player, team leader example I gave. So you get an idea. The yellow one is the innate qualities of the soul, ideal consciousness. And the red one is like covering over there. One good news is the soul is always pure, but when it comes to this world, he is covered by, enveloped by a mind, which carries this type of impurity. So that's why I always give this example. It's like all of you are good people sitting here, but sometimes you may wear a stinking socks. You know, people just cut their nose. Who is that fellow who is stinking? Not stinking. What is stinking? Socks is stinking. Similar, our mind is stinking because of impurity. And that mind, impure mind, can be purified. How? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare. So in this way, you purify the mind, purify the mind, then you come to the yellow stage, from the red to the yellow one. From Rajas to Sattva. Correct, no? So that is the goal of life, to purify. So you also understood this, also you understood. You see, these two, one wants to control the globe, another one wants to sit on gold biscuits and carrying a dollar bag. People want to be in control of money, situations, and everything. Yeah. So because they don't know that are creations of God, and we have put it out here. They are afflicted by these three gateways to hell: lust, anger, and greed. Like that Krishna is saying. See, this child want to eat the whole cake. You see that. Similarly, Baliman wanted to be proprietor of the whole world, isn't it? But Yudhishthira Maharaj thought, I am only custodian of God's property, that's all. This is the picture I told you, see here? Mother and daughter-in-law. You see the husband was showing hand, I told you, no? She is telling, I told you to bring, you forgot. He says, hey, shut up, you never told me, he said. People have to control each other and each other. I am the boss. Okay. But this is the right consciousness. I am a servant leader. I empower my team members to become great leaders. See this little girl, she wanted to take away all the toys, leaving her friend without any toys. That's also greed mentality. Greedy mentality. Okay. Okay.
Welcome to the bus road. The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. Connected.
Use these every day. Listen up. Okay, this is an RF meter. What it does is it measures radio frequencies in the air. Okay, so we're going to look at the numbers and we're going to compare it when someone's wearing the AirPods. Okay, so now we're just going to do a little test to see what the frequency is in this little town. It's around 3,000 nanowatts per square meter. Okay, now let's put it next to the AirPods and watch it explode. It's 100 times stronger than what we have normally in this little town. Even more, 300 times. Jesus, this poor girl's frying your neurons just to show this to you guys. Okay? So if you have your brain cells, any brain cells left, you would stop using your AirPods right now. It's not worth it. Really, it's not worth it. Get the wired version like we had before and do yourself a favor. You don't get dementia, Alzheimer's, who knows, memory loss down the road. Okay, none of these big companies are doing any studies. Apple, they're not going to do any studies to see what the harm is to your brain. You know, it's not in their interest.
Yes, I know. Actually, the problem is many of the modern day devices. I told you about the microwave oven. The previous class I was telling you, and now this Bluetooth is coming out slowly. There are many things like this. Actually, the farther we go from the Vedic way of life, harder the life is becoming nowadays. You can see that. Okay, I will stop here. I will continue this another time when I come to. I also have some rounds to chant. I have to. Today I have been having a very hectic schedule today, so I would like to conclude here. Leave it to Milan.
Hare Krishna, let us thank His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu. Please loud and enthusiastic Haribo. Prabhuji has been having back-to-back sessions like any other day that Prabhuji spends, but still he has given this time for all of us. And Prabhuji will be here again in the month of May, and we'll have a slate class for the leaders in the afternoon and similar Sunday feast in the evening. So please be tuned. I'm going to make some announcements. We have a little more of. Are you all okay for another half an hour? Yeah. And then we will have Aarti and Prashad. Hare Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. Can you all come? I can see a lot of them sitting on the way.
Next time I speak about Krishna.
Yeah, please everybody come in the front, because if they clear the way, then people can come inside. Some are literally standing outside because they think there is no way to come inside. Close. There is a lot of space between both of you. Please come in the front. I don't have to identify. Just keep it. Point to me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. No, I don't know. So a little Kirtan? Yes. 5 minutes. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Govinda Radha Giridhara Dhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Govinda Radha Giridhara Dhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Govinda Radha Giridhara Dhari Yashodanandana Brajanandana Yamuna Tiravartari Yashodanandana Brajanandana Yamuna Tiravartari Yashodanandana Brajanandana Yamuna Tiravartari Radha श्री राधा मदन मोहन की श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की श्री गौर निताय की ऑल assembled devotees की ऐसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पदां सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कुंकरोति वाचालं तन्नं लयति श्री गुरु नीलतारणं श्री परमानंदमाधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वर ओम पवित्रो पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थं गतो विवायत् स्मरेत् पुंडरीकाक्ष सभ्याभ्यन्तरं श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु Hare Krishna. It's humbling, and in devotional life, a lot of things take you by surprise. Is that my very superhero, who used to be some Bollywood hero at a time, but after coming to Krishna consciousness, my superheroes are Radheshyam Prabhu, Gauranga Prabhu, and Amarendra Prabhu now, right? And that superhero sometimes visits where you live, and he gives you lecture on the assassin, and you get to see him so closely. I really consider it my fortune that me and my family have got the association of His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu. Because of him, there are so many thousands of families who got connected to Krishna consciousness. Whom you just witnessed here is not a person who has lived even a moment of his life for his own wellness. He completely sacrifices his every minute, every second, compromising his own health. If you may know why he left early, is because his doctor advised him not to speak continuously for more than 2 hours. That's the only reason he left. And he told me that, Prabhu, you continue. I'm like, how can I continue after you left? Right? I'm just fulfilling his order to sit here and continue. Because at least Prabhuji is thinking about his health now and not for his own wellness, so that he can serve and continue to serve others. Okay? So with that said, let us pray for his well-being and his recovery of his health, and many more years of Krishna conscious wisdom we all should receive from him, and we should get access to Srila Prabhupada's purports and knowledge through him by loudly chanting Hare Krishna mantra once.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Let's also take this opportunity to pray for another great soul who is still on this planet. His Holiness Jagataka Swami Maharaj is going through difficult medical situation. His kidneys are not cooperating now. Doctors are working with no time limits to make sure that Maharaj is still on this planet. And if we all think Maharaj should be on this planet, let's heartfeltly pray to Lord Krishna that Krishna should allow us to get Maharaj associated for some more time.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Very well. Hare Krishna. Please come inside, please. Don't stand. Yeah. There is a lot of space that is available in between here. If you all can please come and join. Hare Krishna. Thank you. There was one simple person living in Maharashtra. I forgot his name. And this is not a story of that is hundreds of years ago. It's barely maybe 80, 90 years ago. This simple person with not much money and his wife and children. Yeah. Thank you. Now I'm looking more brighter. So, yeah, the simple person. And the only problem this person had is wherever he would hear any satsang, he would forget the word. And he would just sit there and listen. And this is a true story from a village in Maharashtra. And it was a time, I forgot his name. Narsinghatha? I think it's Narsinghatha's story. In Gujarat? Okay. And his wife was getting worried to get her daughter married. And he has to make money. It's a long story. I heard this long time back. But Prabhuji was talking about faith today, so I remembered the story. Maybe some other time I'll tell it in full detail. But long story short, his wife told him, go and get some loan. Because marriage is a couple of days away. And we don't have any money in the house. And we already promised that we're going to do a good wedding. Now get the wedding done. So this Narsingh Mehta is a Pakka Krishna devotee. And he is also concerned now because his daughter has to be married. And he went out and his wife told exactly where he has to go and give, I think she gave some jewelry of hers, little bit left, I don't know, something like that. And he had to go give that and get some money and buy the grocery for the marriage, at least the grocery for the marriage, right? So he went, and on the way, he heard bhajan. There's a nice bhajan going on. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He just heard that bhajan. A lot of people hear that bhajan and go away. But Narsingh Mehta is not like that. He heard that, oh, whoa, that's so nice. My Krishna's bhajan is going on. Let me sit here. Let me sit here and hear the bhajan. This is a little away in another village. He went to take the money. And while he was hearing the bhajan, apparently he did not know that that's actually a Bhagavad Sapta. And that started that day. And Narasimha Mehta is known for forgetting the world when he hears about Krishna. He sits there and starts with the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and the story starts, and he's relishing. And he remembers, oh, I think I have to go. No, let me hear for some more time and then go. And then that was the only one attempt, where his consciousness reminded him that he has a daughter and she's getting married the very next day. In 2 days, he has to take money and buy groceries for the marriage. Then he forgot. They told, okay, this Bhagavad Sapta, you have come here, why don't you hear next day? So we have accommodation also in the ashram, you can stay. He said, okay, I'll stay. By now you would have guessed he forgot everything. So sitting there, this is a true story. I'm not talking about a Prahlad story or a Gajendra Moksha. I'm talking about a few years ago. Right? And this Narasimha Mehta is sitting and hearing Bhagavatam. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, bhajan is going on. He's hearing Bhagavad Katha. He's having bhajan. He forgot the whole world. He's hearing about Prahlad Maharaj, about Gajendra Moksha, about Dhruva Maharaj, about Krishna Leela, about everything. He's like completely engrossed. And finally Krishna's disappearance, he started crying. His wife is crying in the home, maybe. He is completely engrossed in Krishna consciousness. And 7th day, Sapta got over. And then they told, thank you everyone for coming and hearing the Katha. And then he remembered, I actually came here not to hear Katha. And he got so scared. This time his wife would not spare him. It's actually a very long story. What all happened before also. He's thinking, my God, if I go to my home now, what is my daughter's marriage? I did not attend my daughter's marriage. Forget about taking grocery. Right? And regretfully, with all preparation to get pounded by his wife, he went home. And as soon as he entered the home, his wife ran and fell at his feet. He was like, what's going on? Did she recognize me? And his wife was like filled with tears and said, my whole life I always said so many bad words to you. Always misunderstood you, never understood you love us so much. And he was like, you can scold me directly. It doesn't have to be like that. Maybe he was thinking like that. And then his wife told, you have made the best arrangements. We were just making grocery for a few people. How did you manage to send grocery for 10,000 people? I said, what? So the marriage, he was going to ask, did the marriage happen? And she told this was the best marriage after the kingly times. When the kings used to do marriage, this was the best next marriage. Whole village assembled, we were wondering, where are you? You arranged for everything. And you did so much hard work to get everything here. But you did not come. We can see how much you sacrificed for your family, that you were only arranging things. Narasimha Mehta was in shock. Can you tell me who came and did what? So that boy that you sent, he did not just bring the grocery, he was going on bringing the grocery. And he was going on arranging for everything. He was going on getting the clothes. He was going on getting the jewelries. He was going on. I was like, where is my husband? He said, he told me to bring everything that he wanted. And the groom's family were amazed. They thought they are wedding their son to the poorest family, and you never told me that you have such good contacts that you are arranging such a great wedding for our daughter. And Narasimha Mehta was like, who was the boy? How did that boy look like? Now he sat down. Because he understood what's going on. He never sent anybody. He was getting Bhagavad Gita. And that boy was none other than Lord Krishna. That same Devaki Nandan, that same Yashoda Nandan, that same Krishna who spoke Bhagavad Gita has appeared in Gujarat for a simple man's daughter's wedding because he was completely having faith in Krishna. That if Krishna is there, what cannot happen? Right? So faith is such a matter. Faith is such a matter. Do we all have faith? Do we all really have that faith when we are going through troubles in our life? Do we have faith that Krishna is there? If we have faith, we wouldn't behave the way we are behaving. Right? Sometimes we attend satsang, sometimes we attend so many lectures, but when the testing time comes, we wonder whether we have faith or no. Right? And there are so many devotees who have shown that kind of faith, and A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada is one such devotee who had complete faith in Krishna when he was crossing those 7 oceans and going into America, knowing that he has Bengali accent, knowing that he has no money, knowing that there are no followers for him there, knowing that nobody is going to help him. At the age of 70, entering a hellish place when it comes to winters, and he literally entered just before winter, right? To Butler, Pennsylvania. Yeah, complete faith, Krishna is going to take care of everything. And when Krishna started taking care of things, and when he opened the first center in New York City, he writes to his God brothers in Gaudiya Math, send people, send some people to help me. Miracles are happening. What our Guru Maharaj predicted is happening. Our Guru Maharaj told that Western devotees will come to India and dance in Mayapur. It's happening. Send help. But Krishna did not allow them to send any help. Because Krishna wanted to give complete credit to A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Because he had faith. Prabhupada had faith in the instruction. How many of you have faith that few years from now, in every town and village, in every street of this place, Harinam will be chanted? How many have faith? Haribol, looks like I am the only one who doesn't. It's going to happen because it is predicted by Lord Balaram. You see Lord Balaram on the altar? When he appeared as Lord Nityananda Prabhu, he told that every single town and village, people will become Krishna conscious. Now, if we are going to be part of that movement to help people become Krishna conscious, then we are the most fortunate. Because outside people don't know it's going to happen. We know. We as International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON devotees know that it's going to happen. Outside people don't know. Now it's going to happen, but do you want to be part of it? Because if you become part of it, then forever you will be dancing in the Harinam of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We have to decide whether we want to be part of it, right? Provided we have faith. Yeah? But faith is such a subject matter. I was asking Prabhuji, please speak about faith. Today Prabhuji spoke about does God exist in first place? Without that, where is the question of faith? Right? But Krishna is watching all of us. Every single one of us, Krishna is watching. But are we really feeling that he's watching us? Are we really having the faith that he's watching us? Because if we think that he's watching us, I think our lives, our behavior is going to be far different. Isn't it? Would we behave the way we are behaving? Would we speak the way we are speaking? And tell an allegoric example. Today morning also, I was telling that in another satsang. Just imagine you're walking in a street which is at the mid of the night. 2:30 in the night, you're walking in a street. Right? Let's give a name to that street. a very lonely street in Majid Banda. Right? They're just walking. The only thing you can hear is your footsteps. 2:30 in the night. Nobody is there on the street. Huh? And suddenly, two huge guys, don't know from where they came, are 20 meters away behind you and they are walking rapidly towards you. And they don't look like with good intentions, they are walking towards you. You have your mobile, you have your money in your pocket, and then you're walking and they're coming closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. Right? They're walking much faster than you. You're walking faster, they're walking even more faster. Now you're certain they're coming towards you only. Of this there is no doubt. They can do anything. They can have a knife, and that might be your last night. Just come and stab you, or abuse you, or disrobe you, or they can do anything. There's practically nobody on the street. Nobody on the street. And now they are just 5 meters away. The heart is pounding. What should I do? Run? They will also run. What should I do? And you're like so tense. And you don't know what to do. You're feeling helpless. And suddenly, on the side of the road, you see a policeman with a revolver in his belt, looking some other side. How will you feel? Now you talk like this. Run. About the think out. Agree? Suddenly you just saw a policeman. If your fortune is not good, you might be a drama artist holding a plastic gun. You don't know. You don't know. But you saw a person wearing khaki clothes with a gun in his belt. And immediately what is the reaction? All your fear is gone. Isn't it? The same two people who are behind you are still behind you. But you just saw a policeman. In one fraction of second, you did not even go and talk to him. You just saw, like 30 meters away. You saw a policeman standing. And immediately your confidence has changed, isn't it? Huh? Completely changed. Prabhuji and Mataji, that is called faith in God. When we are going through difficult situations, when people are walking behind us, troubles are behind us, you are going to be pondered, killed, abused, jailed. And you only remember that Krishna is right there. What kind of a consciousness you should carry? But unfortunately, even though we are practicing devotional life, I'm talking about myself also. When we enter troubled waters, we forget Krishna. We start trying to fix the situation with our own abilities. We start doubting, does Krishna exist or no? Or maybe he will not come to help me. And devotees sometimes think I'm not qualified to get that help. Right? Maybe Krishna will not help me. Maybe the Krishna I read in the scriptures is somebody who came at one time to help Pandavas. But I am not a Pandava. I am not a Pandava. I am not Prahlad. I am not Dhruva. Why will he come to help me? But how many of us, at least once in our life, have made a selfless call to Krishna that, please help me? I'm sure we would have done sometimes. And how many times he reciprocated back? Every time you did that, he reciprocated back. Every time he did that. And he can do the impossible also. And he can do it in a way you can't even imagine. He can do it. But that is Krishna. Right? Like Gajendra Moksha. This elephant who was in previous life Indradhanu Maharaj. He was known as Indradhanu Maharaj. Now this elephant was the strongest elephant in entire Brahmanda that time. And he had many wives and many children, and he was having this very nice vacation. Along with this, it's explained, Bhagavatam explains the scenic beauty of that place also, where Gajendra was having fun with his wives in the water, right? Very nicely enjoying, very good. It's like children, his entire kingdom, all the animals in the planet, all the devatas were watching when he was doing that, right? And then all of a sudden comes this crocodile. From nowhere it comes. It's not like, it was there. It just came and caught his leg. Caught his leg and started pulling him into the water. And Gajendra is like, who is this? In between my vacation, I have come here to enjoy. And my wives are there. He told his wife, wait, I'll kick this fellow. Right? The consciousness was not that he was going to die. When the crocodile came and caught his leg, Gajendra didn't think about death. He just felt, I'm just going to get rid of this. Just a matter of time. And his wives were watching, his brothers were watching, his kids were watching, everybody were watching. Correct. Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki. Radha Madan Mohan was watching. And slowly, Prabhuji and Mataji's, all his relatives started going outside the water. Because they understood that Gajendra's leg is stuck badly. They started realizing. And in the water, crocodile is more stronger than elephant. On the ground, elephant is more stronger than a crocodile. But in the water, crocodile is very strong. So Gajendra started pulling his leg and he was like, Abhi aata hu, I'm going to come. But his relatives and his wife started understanding there's something really wrong here. And slowly Gajendra also started understanding that there is something really wrong here. I am face to face with death. We don't think about death, do we? All of us are face to face with death. Right? Gajendra's leg was stuck in the mouth of a crocodile. Your body is stuck in your companies. You don't realize that. Right? You don't know how to come out of this cycle only. Right? What is today's date? 17. I'm sure 80% people here don't have any bank balance. Already pura loan ko gaya. Already people are waiting for next month first. How many here? Prabhu's no. Yeah, that's the situation today. Gajendra tried his best to pull his leg out. He's going on pulling. And with every passing day, the crocodile was becoming more stronger and Gajendra was becoming more weaker. And Gajendra was understanding. And more than death, what was paining Gajendra is his past track record. Because it was like an insult to him. Right? This was not an ordinary crocodile. You would have kicked a crocodile outside the Brahmanda any other day. But this was something special happening. And he realized, my God, what is this? This crocodile is literally going to devour me. It's pulling me inch by inch into the water. And my wives and my relatives and my mama, my kaka, my chinnana, my peddana, what are they doing? They're watching like a Netflix movie. Tumar, I want to capture. That's all. I'm sure if phones would have been that, those days would have got a short video of Gajendra going down also. Right? YouTube short video. That's all people do, Prabhus. When you are in trouble, this world is only going to make short videos of you. They're only going to, you are just going to be an entertainment source for all the people who are around you. They're going to make short videos of you in which you will die. Right? And the world will laugh for it. Never keep your faith in anybody in this world. Nobody can save you at the time of death. Gajendra also realized. I think the time has come. I think the time has come. And the fight did not go on for days and weeks, it went on for 1,000 celestial years. How can an elephant and a crocodile fight for 1,000 years? It did happen. It was not an ordinary crocodile and it was not an ordinary elephant. Devatas were coming and watching what is going to happen now. Right? But Gajendra, because in the previous life, he attended satsangs as King Indradumna. Satsang means what? Association of sadhus. He attended satsang. And he learned beautiful prayers to Lord Narayan. He learned beautiful prayers to Lord Narayan in the previous life. And because he was a very good devotee in previous life, maybe some mistake he did, he got the elephant's body. There was a curse actually he got, because of which he got an elephant's body. But because he was a devotee, Krishna made sure that he remembered all those shlokas that he remembered in past life. At that moment of death, he remembered all those shlokas. And so started the Gajendra Moksha prayers. One of the most heart-changing, heartfelt prayers by a devotee for God. And when he started the prayers, he was not praying to somebody thinking does he exist or no. There is a difference. There is a difference. He was not thinking whether he exists or no. Right? He was praying to Krishna. He was praying to Krishna. Krishna, you are there. Here are my prayers. Before I leave my body, here are the prayers from my side. My gratitude towards you. Initially, he was in pain. But as the prayers started coming, he forgot the pain. Initially, he was thinking maybe Krishna will come to save me. But as the prayers started coming, the prayers changed to, you don't need to come and save me, just take my offering. Death is going to come any day. Here is my offering. Here is my offering to Krishna. And it was such a beautiful offering. Right? The Gajendra Moksha prayers, one by one, one by one. And at one point, he just looked into the sky, because now the crocodile literally pulled him almost everything into the water. And crocodile was so powerful that Gajendra could not move much. He could not move. It's over now. He's been fighting, he's become weak, he's lost blood, he lost power, he lost confidence about his own body to save itself. Of course, no confidence on anybody around him that they can come and save him. And he felt now is the time, before leaving the body, Ante Narayana Smriti. Let me do my final prayer. And he took the lotus in that river, right there, wrapped it in his trunk, holded it to the sky. The same sky that we all watch. Every day we watch that sky. But how many times we watch that sky with the confidence that Narayan is right there? Huh? How many times? Barely. We watch the same sky. He also watched the same sky, holding the trunk up, and said, Narayan, here is my final offering to you in this life. Take this lotus. That's all I have to give right now. He did not ask, come and save me. He said, please accept my offering. This is the best I can do in this situation. Thank you for everything you have given me. And Narayan, Krishna, sitting in Vaikuntha, is seeing all this, and he saw the flower is being offered, and there is nothing else in his devotee's mind. And most importantly, it's a calling with confidence and faith, not a calling with any doubt. If somebody is shouting your name and calling you, you would react. It's not like, you exist or don't exist, I don't know. No, it was directly, Narayan, here is the flower. Right? And Narayan heard that, and the flower is only for him. And the prayer goes in such a way, he's saying in the prayer, the one who can save the whole universe, who is the only source of everything, the one who is the only savior of his devotees, the one who is always present to understand and receive every prayer, the one who is the source of all these prayers in all the Vedas, the one who is the shelter to our living entities. Please come and accept this flower. He did not tell Narayan. He just described the qualities of Narayan. And all the devatas could have gone and saved him. Lord Shiva would have come and saved him. But as soon as they heard that last prayer, they said, wait a second, this is not our jurisdiction. Because we don't accept those prayers. Those prayers don't belong to us. Indra cannot come, because he is not the source of everything. Lord Shiva cannot come, because he is not the conclusion of Vedas. No Devata could respond. And when that prayer went out, then Narayan was very clear, he is calling me. Of this there is no doubt. He is calling me. And as soon as he heard that, immediately Garuda became ready, and Narayan sat on Garuda and told, I don't know what was your previous universal record of going in the pace, but this speed. But now, today, I think you have to go at the maximum speed, and maybe let me take you today. And Lakshmi Devi was like, you didn't wear the chappal. My Prabhu, you should wear chappal. And he didn't even listen to that request. If God forgets to wear chappal. How many times we left house without chappal? Narayan leaves chappal many times. Because when he hears his devotees calling, he literally sat on Garuda and he ran and came from that very sky that we are seeing. If you go outside and see that sky, from that very sky, just imagine Narayan is coming at full pace on Garuda. Right? Can you imagine that? And Gajendra is already into the water, almost at the last gulp of air, and his trunk is going into the water. Can there be anything more romantic than this? Right? I mean, I can't imagine of anything more than this. Right? I mean, there's a love between God and his devotee. Right? And he's coming at a full pace towards that place, and the flower is going, and just before the trunk goes out, Krishna comes, holds the trunk and pulls him out, takes the flower and sends it to Sudarshan. Baki come to the it goes, cuts the mouth of the crocodile. Poor fellow was holding for such a long time. 1,000 years. Just imagine. Your meal is in front of you for 1,000 years. And just when you are going to swallow it, your mouth itself is cut. And that was it. Devata. It was a cursed Devata who got relieved by that Sudarshan. You know the Devata name? Yeah. Ooh. Oh. He got relieved. And Gajendra is so happy. Prabhu, when we hear this, do we have confidence that Krishna is there? Just like we see the policeman on that empty street and we get confidence. Krishna is there. Krishna is there. Radha, Madan, Mohan are there. They are watching us. And any fear you have in your hearts, when you come to a satsang, we should become fearless. If we are carrying fear, that means we don't have faith in Krishna. We may have done 1,000 faults, but Krishna is not there to counter faults. He's just waiting for us to call him. Call him. Krishna, come, pick me up. Right? And the same Krishna, when he comes as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you don't even need to call him. He himself comes and gives you the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He says, just chant this and I will take you back home, back to God. Right? The most Namo Maha Vadanyaya Krishna, Krishna Prema Pradayate, Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaura Krishna. There can be nobody more merciful and giving like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we have his appearance day coming very soon. Next Monday. Next Monday is the appearance day of Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? So we are going to have two satsangs, a Sunday and a Monday. On Sunday, Santosh Chaitanya Prabhu and family are going to welcome Jagannath in this place. They are Jagannath deities. And Monday, we are also going to have Gaur Purnima. So we will discuss Gaur Katha. So please block your calendars. Right? Especially Monday, because Monday is a working day. Right? So please block your calendars. It's going to be fasting, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we'll have a nice feast after that. Whoever can fast, fast. If you can't fast, have water. Otherwise, have buttermilk. Don't have pan butter masala. That's not fasting. Right? So please, chant more rounds that day. Plan your work in such a way that you come here by 6, at least 6. So we're going to divide the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Katha in 2 parts. Part 1, on Sunday we'll discuss the reason for his appearance. The hidden reasons for his appearance, as explained by Acharyas. And Monday we'll discuss his appearance. Right? So we'll have Gaura Katha. Can everybody say Gauranga? Gauranga! Gauranga! It is explained by Acharyas that anybody who has told Gauranga will not take birth again. How many are such fortunate people who actually know even the name of God? If you don't have faith, I just not told. You should have faith. Acharyas have told anybody who has uttered the word Gauranga, knowing the mercy of Gauranga, will not take birth again. Right? Please keep that faith. And with that same faith, with the same eagerness, come and let us hear Krishna Katha. Let us hear Gaura Katha of why he appeared. What was the reason why he appeared? What were the known reasons and what are the unknown reasons why he appeared? And the next day, we'll have Abhishekam also. We have, on Sunday, we have DT welcoming of Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. So we'll have Abhishekam, Charnamrit, right? And on Monday, we'll again have Abhishekam of Gaur Nitai. Right? So 2 back-to-back Abhishekams. So please attend. And anybody wants to sponsor or be part of sponsoring the feast for Sri Jagannath or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please come forward and meet, Sri Gopal Prabhu who has disappeared suddenly. I don't know, he's not there here today. But you can meet Raghunandan Prabhu. Raghunandan Prabhu is here. Sugara Prabhu is upstairs. So they will tell you how to contribute. By the way, feast is already sponsored by the Mukkoti Devatas. Don't worry about it. Right? But if you want to be part of it, you can. Right? So these are very special days. And I also want to announce in advance that on 14th of July, we'll have a Rath Yatra of Sri Jagannath in this place. 14th of July. Right? 14th of July is a Sunday. And we're going to have Rath Yatra here. And the speciality of this Rath Yatra is there will be 3 different Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra. There will be 3 Raths in front of them with again another small Jagannath, small Baldev, small Subhadra. The children will pull. Right? And there will be big Raths which adults will pull. And we're going to finalize the map. Maybe the main road of Kundapur through Majid Panda and coming back to the center. That's what is in my mind. We'll discuss with our Bhakti Center committee here and we'll see whichever police permissions we have to take, right? Because it's a Sunday, hopefully we can easily get Monday and all, it's very difficult, it's too much traffic. But we'll try to get police permissions and so that Mukkoti Devatas will come and watch Sri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Rath Yatra happening in Prabhupada Township for the first time in Prabhupada Township. This place is called Prabhupada Township. It's already owned by Prabhupada. And we are doing Rath Yatra in Prabhupada Township, right? So for that Rath Yatra also, you can start pulling up money in your respective bank accounts. So because we want to distribute at least 10,000 plates of prashadam by the time we reach here. Right? Starting from where we started. So let us make it all ready, and there will be a lot of services: vegetable cutting, cooking, sending the prashadam from here to wherever the rath is, distributing prashad there, distributing books, and finally the raths will come here, right? So can you pass on that book to me? That book on the top, yeah. Pass me that book. So you have come from different communities. In your calendar in front of you, it is 7th of July is a Rath Yatra. 7th of July is the, what is it? That bottle. Not this bottle. Anybody's bottle. Hare Krishna. Go this. Hare Krishna, thank you. So you might be coming from different parts of Gachibowl, Malapur, Masjid Panda, and all other areas here, Malapur, Manikonda. So we have the schedule here almost. I'll put it in there and we can show it on the screen some other day. But I'm giving an advance notice of where all the theaters are going to happen. And these 2 weekends, you all are going to be busy. We all are going to be busy. There is nothing else in our minds. Just our goal is to take Jagannath to every house, and Jagannath takes darshan, gives his darshan to as many people as possible, right? And anybody who pulls Jagannath Rath, knowingly or unknowingly, will see Jagannath at the time of death, or there is no doubt, right? So we want to give that opportunity to as many, right? Jagannath Prashad. So 7th of July is a Sunday, and that is the day Jagannath comes out of the temple. How many know Jagannath Puri here? How many have gone to Jagannath Puri? Very good. Hare Krishna. Most of the hall is already gone. It's very nice. So they're all already. How many have not gone to Jagannath Puri? Yeah. HDFC is giving good personal loan. Please take it. Don't waste your life. So 7th of July is Sunday, and Sunday morning, the Rath Yatra is also going to happen in Abbots, but this time, some of us may not attend the full Rath Yatra. We might just go there, take a glimpse, and come back, because we are going to have Rath Yatras in our own communities here. So please make a note. Sunday morning, 7th of July, 3 parallel Rath Yatras are going to happen in my home Avatar, my home Ankura, and my home Vihanga. All these 3 communities, in the morning. So we all have to, allocate ourselves. One of the days I'll be doing that only, right? It's too early to allocate now. Yeah, take care of your health and be available. We need a lot of people for Rath Yatra. Drive safely, right? It's July, but we are in March, but still not too far. So morning, 3 Rath Yatras: Avatar, Ankura, and Vihanga. Evening, 3 Rath Yatras: BHL Ramalayam, Shamshabad Nakshatra Community, and my home Krishi. All the 3 places. Hari Bol. Yes, how many? 6. And that next 9 days also we can have Rath Yatras. As per the understanding between the Pandas and the authorities in Jagannath Puri and ISKCON, Jagannath can come out in those 9 days. After the 9 days, Jagannath is not supposed to come out. Right? So the next Friday is 12th. So 7th is a Sunday. So luckily Jagannath is giving us 2 weekends to celebrate. Most of the time we only get 1 weekend. So we give 2 weekends. So 12th on Friday, in the evening, we have planned for Rath Yatras in 2 communities. Friday evening, Green Grace Apartments and Muppa Indraprastha. Very good. Very good. Very good. No, very good. He's watching. And 13th, Saturday, we're going to have 2 Rath Yatras, which is in Bachupalli Ramalayam in the morning. Where is Prasad Prabhu? Very good. Yeah. And then Lanza Britannia. Devotees asked for that place. Haribol. Prabhuji is there. So this is also in Gachibowl. It's a new community where we want to start our Krishna conscious preaching as well. And in the evening, Saturday evening is big, very, very big. The Saturday evening, 3 places, Maharath Yatras will happen, where thousands of people normally come. That is in Aparna communities in Chandanagar, and My Home Jewel in Chandanagar, and Aliens community, and the whole community that Mahesh Prabhu schools everywhere. The whole Telapur will come to Prabhuji's Rath Yatra, all the communities it is. So these 3 Rath Yatras are happening on Saturday evening. Haribol! उधर देख के बोलो. He is giving us service. He is the one who made all this plan. Then Sunday morning, 14th, which is the last day for our Rath Yatras. In the morning, we are having 3 Rath Yatras again. Aparna Zenith, here in Nalagandla, and then Haribol. And then NCC Urban in Gachibowl, and Manikonda, Kanchavati Colony. Haribol. Yeah. So these are the Rath Yatras, and finally on Sunday evening, we all come here with all the 3 Raths are brought here. The coordination of Raths is taken care by Praveen Prabhu. Where is he?
Disappeared.
Because,
Disappeared.
he's upstairs. He's upstairs. Okay. So coordination of Raths is going to happen. A lot of help is needed. We need a lot of help for dismantling and fixing the Raths again and again. Right? So we'll form a team for that. Last time we did it. So the final Rath Yatra, all the 3 Raths will come to Bhakti Center Gachibowl. And from here, all the decorations will be done. We'll start from whichever destination it is, and we'll do the Rath Yatra in as big a way as possible, and finally come here, and on the way itself, we'll be giving the feast as the Rath is going on. And finally, we'll come here, and we'll have a short Katha on Jagannath, and all our Rath Yatras are done, and this year we are planning to do 17 Rath Yatras. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram, Hare. Is this possible? Yes, it is possible. It is going to happen. Whether we want to be part of it or not is our choice. So if you have any foreign trips, tell your boss your passport is lost. Right? And if your boss says you have some special project release starting, release yourself from that job. You can again join back, don't worry. If you're a good worker, they'll take you back. But don't miss this opportunity, because who knows which will be our last Rath Yatra in this body. Right? And that is a consciousness we should carry for every single festival. And we're also going to have Ram Navami. Some devotees are living. Can somebody guide them to take prasadam on the top? Make sure they're not leaving without prasadam. We are just the last announcements only. So, we're going to have Ram Navami. So, Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Yes. So, we already welcomed Lord Ram in Ayodhya, and now he is going to come to all our places as part of Ram Navami. So, this is coming on April 17th. So, again, April 17th also we will celebrate Ram Navami in respective communities. Here in the center, we'll celebrate the next weekend, the following weekend. We'll have Ram Katha. Right? We'll plan about that and we'll let everyone know. Right? So, any other festivals did I miss? So, first is Gaur Purnima. Please do come for the Sunday feast class and also for the Monday main Gaur Purnima class. Hare Krishna. We'll have Narshingarthi and this. When is he coming? May, right? Yeah. We'll do announcement. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. नृसिंहदेव भगवान की, श्रीमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की, जय विष्णुपाद ब्रह्मप्रदिकाचार्य स्तोत्र जवान ग्रेसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद, जय विष्णुपाद ब्रह्मप्रदिकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर जवान ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। नमः।